in bankruptcy, because it is in bankruptcy, we put into protection.
How much money are you going to need to get it back?
Well, and that's
I mean,
it's an
a lot of the
interesting story
vines
because
are dead.
Actually, they're not dead. Actually, what you do to a vine, instead of maintaining, if you start to maintain a vine from the first beginning of the spring season when it starts to bud out, it's very important that you have to finish it, including all the spraying through the entire year.
Do you think it can ever be brought back by you?
If you don't do anything to the vine, you just let it go natural and let the cordons grow out and keep them growing out, then it could easily be brought back to life.
But do you see this in its future, or do you see you needing to sell it?
No question. The future of Oasis, it will come back. Yeah. Is it a tragic, sad story? Yes. Are we embarrassed about it? No. You know what? Yeah, we had some family.
Well, I just think Bravo shouldn't be talking about the ripe richness of this thriving
hold on. I don't want to give away the story, but all I can say is
you have to watch and
see what happens. You might be surprised.
Yeah, watch what happens.
Where have I heard that line before?
Right, watch what happens.
But if you watch the show, you will see the truth.
Right, and Oasis is closed.
Are you telling us that reality TV tells the truth?
We're telling you to watch what happens.
We're telling you in this case to watch.
Well, I just.
That's what we're telling you.
But you must. I mean, I went back to celebrity. You know, anybody who goes into a reality show must want to become celebrities. Nobody goes into this wanting a quiet, retiring, private life.
You know, with Tareq's lifestyle and the winery and just being involved and with you 10 years now, they go hand in hand. You can do celebrity in the wine industry. I mean, think of everyone that loves to go out to Virginia wine country.
But you're not making very much money. I think you're getting like between $15,000 and $20,000 for this.
Well, we're not here really to talk about our specifics of our contract.
Well, I know, but I
yeah,
can't.
And I know you'd love to know because you're investigating, but we're not here to
I've
talk about that. We love the
investigated.
show. Yeah, we love the show. It's been great to be a part of it.
But it seems to me that everything you're facing, you really do need to make a lot of money. You need
to rebuild Oasis. Is that
to
your
rebuild
question?
Oasis, to get out of your debts. You need to find that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Of
course. Do you think it's at the end of the Real Housewives? Do you think it's the path to this pot of gold?
Look,
I think
I will say this. You know, the joke in our industry, in the wine industry, is how do you make a small fortune in the wine industry? Well, you got to start with this large fortune.
You get on Bravo?
No. So we've already got the infrastructure. We already have the winery built.
Yeah.
We have the capacity of making 100,000 gallons a year minimum at Oasis. The vineyards planted. Really, the hard work's done. It would take actually very little to prune those vines, bring them back for the next harvest season, and start making wine again. It's actually not that difficult to do.
Wow.
But until the whole story's finished, because now my mom is suing my dad. That's the newest development. That's not even...
Does your mom agree to appear in the show?
No. Actually, she's not permitted. She has a gag order.
This is your dad's dream, and he's 84 now, and he built this for all of them.
Well,
so
I'm sure you have the dream. It's just...
But Carol, before you interrupt, let me answer.
Okay.
So he built the dream, and Tareq's trying to carry it on. Okay. They're close. He told you he wanted to become a pilot. He did what his dad wanted. He went and studied enology, and he's trying with all his heart to carry that dream on. You can't hate somebody for that, Carol.
I'm not hating.
You
I'm
seem
just
angry,
asking.
though. Let him try.
I'm not.
Let him try.
I went and I saw it.
Let
I
him
thought
try.
that would be a smart thing to do.
Right.
And I did.
Right.
And
give him a shot. Let it see.
I can see the potential, but I see lots of dollar signs too.
Yeah, no,
right,
look,
right.
There's no kidding. It's going to take money, but it's not as, if you go out and try to plant a vineyard today, you're spending $25,000 to $30,000 an acre between the tractor, the trellis, the post, the vines, the workers. I mean, it's a much more larger investment to start new and plant a new vineyard in Virginia, which I encourage anybody in this room. If you have ever had the passion or interest in making wine, Virginia is the best place because you can't do it any place less expensive. In Napa Valley, it's $200,000 an acre. In Virginia, it's $25,000.
When did you last produce a bottle of wine?
The last vintage was the 2008 vintage. We blended some Meritage Cabernet Franc and Cabernet Sauvignon together with some Chambertin.
Maybe we'll have a glass of Virginia wine.
Yeah. And then we have another wine called the American Tribute, which is a blend of an Australian operation that we do with Virginia, and it's a blend of two.
Let's go to something else. I was looking at your last interview with Matt Lauer, and you were saying to him there was an area where you were going about what happened when you were at the Erwin Gomez salon getting your hair done the day of the state dinner. And he was asking about this, and you said, and you were implying that once the show was announced, you could talk more freely about what happened at the hair salon. And one of the things I really want to know, because it was Half Yard Productions producing the actual show, it's not people from Bravo, it's Half Yard Productions. You were talking about how the hairdresser who was working on you said to you after, I don't know, something like a dozen takes, and she was asking you about seeing the invitation to the White House dinner, and you said it was in the car, and that you asked her between one of the takes, you know, why are you asking me this? And she said to you, the producers are asking me to ask you. So what I really want to know is, what did Half Yard know, and when did they know it about the state dinner?
I'll start, and then you can finish.
Okay.
Everything we told Matt Lauer on the NBC Today show.
You were going to tell him more after the show was announced.
is true
Yes.
and factual. Because there's some things that are in the show, we can't discuss any future episodes at all.
Well, I think more importantly, there's things that could be in federal court that may restrict some of what you can talk about. But I don't think that it's out of the bounds of the show.
That's a very good point.
To talk about what Half Yard knew, because they were your producers, and you were finding out from the from the stylist that the
We don't know what they knew. I know James Packard Gomez is a good friend of yours, Carol. I know he calls you mom. So if you want
I have not
answers,
discussed any of this with him.
so if you want answers, you just have to call James.
No, because he's right there.
There he is.
No, and James
will close to you, so James can have
James
answers.
is close to me, but I didn't discuss any of this with James.
Erwin and James have the answers.
I have a source I call Deep Housewife, and it's not
These
James.
two. They have the answers.
No,
You should be up here.
Because James wasn't involved in that, actually. It was between you
Erwin
and
well,
the woman
James
doing,
wasn't there
and the
that
woman
day.
and the stylist.
It was Erwin
doing your
Gomez
hair.
was with work.
And
there you go.
it's okay.
Smart man.
But Erwin, he was with me that day.
I told you this is sort of a free-for-all.
It is. It's very nice to see
but
you.
there is some, there's relevant interest to what extent Half Yard was
And
complicit
that's your
in what
next
happened.
interview, Carol. Have Half Yard in these chairs.
And I'll tell you, we'll have a lot to say, especially when the season's completed.
But okay, but with Matt, you said you were going to have a lot to say once the show was announced.
Right.
This is your chance.
It's round 3 with Matt.
Yeah, that's right. It's round 3 with Matt later. But we've said everything we can say up until that episode airs. When that episode airs, then we can speak.
After the White House state dinner, did Bravo try to fire you?
Anything with Bravo or Half Yard, you're going to have them
But
in
that's
a
a simple
chair.
one. But did they?
You know what?
we can't answer any of those questions.
Yeah, we don't know. You'd
I know
have to
they
interview
split
them.
you off from the cast pretty much after that episode happened, and most of your scenes were shot separate from the cast until the very end.
Well, you need to watch to see what happens, because that would be inaccurate. You need to watch to see what happens on the show.
Right.
Well, they can cut it together any way they want, but the actual shooting of it was there.
It sounds like Carol needs Half Yard of Bravo here today, not us. Sounds like the wrong people are here for this
I have
interview.
a question that pertains to you, though.
About
I
us.
just wondered how you felt about that. If you felt, if it hurt you.
I've enjoyed, like I told you, I was the first wife casted in the series. I referred other wives to the series. I love it. I joined on to be a part of it, and we're a team. So we're sitting here, and I'm still a team with them.
Okay, but do you feel today that the women who are in the cast with you are your friends?
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to wait and see what happens and watch. Sounds like I need to tune in and watch if they like me or not.
That's true.
I like them, so we'll see what they.
Do you think Bravo was fair to you through the whole process? Did you find the relationship?
I guess this goes back to watch. I think Bravo's great.
Because there was an instance right after the state dinner when you were prepared to go on Larry King, for example.
Right.
And then, everything changed just like that, and you were just going to be doing NBC. And it was my impression, I didn't talk to anybody, this wasn't any source. I just got the impression that perhaps NBC had reminded you your contract was with them.
Well, yeah, actually, I'm the one who dealt with that, so let me address that. And that now I can talk about. I was on the phone with Andrea Bowman, one of the producers.